Hey, how's it going? Today's Friday. We're taking a look at different things happening in the world currently. I thought it might be worth taking a look at the interesting project. This project is looking to bring back sales to large, potentially all boats, not necessarily limited to perhaps all tankers, container boats. There's different structures for those boats, right? So they're looking to bring the sails back. So potentially some of those boats could be powered with sails, right? It's kind of interesting, I guess, if it would help to reduce cost. Uh, if it would work, if the concept idea would work, it's all that matters. And it could be perhaps dual power, right? So if needed, it could be anything from diesel power engines, it could be sails, wind, or anything, right? Let's try to understand this project a little bit better and know what they're trying to do with this project. Myself, perhaps just because I have been in UK for too long, this is usually how it happens to be people are communicating. What's gonna happen next? I'm gonna say a lot of words. Those words won't mean anything. They're just big words, right? This is how people communicate. I'm just tired of this kind of communication, but let me demonstrate. I'm taking this information from this organization's website. There's a big words. There's a lot of perhaps someone might think that there's a lot of information, but that information and there's nothing. Our purpose. Our purpose at BAR. That's the name of the organization for those of you who are interested. Our purpose at Bar Technologies is to be at the forefront of innovative engineering solutions, utilizing our expertise to meet the ambitious requirements of our clients. Okay, that's how it starts. This led us to focus on providing bespoke, tailored services, which continue to evolve as we recognize our clients' increasing challenges and the need to deliver technical insights or specialist knowledge at sector intelligence. Here we go. there's a lot of words. There's a lot of big words, but usually there's nothing. There's nothing about the company. There's nothing that the myself. I'm communicating like that all the time. It's just interesting to see others do the same things. I'm kind of wondering, right? So we're always trying to take an angle, right, when presenting different projects. Should I take an angle, the same angle where fifth gear took when presenting new projects? That would be perhaps Tesla, new company, car manufacturing company, and I would trash completely some of those new projects. Should I take this kind of angle? Which I personally believe is very important for founder of this company to present this project, right, in very interesting manner, where I would promote, I would highlight some of the things which I believe are important, or should I take an angle of the same angle where British will try to poke some fun and trash the project completely? That's what I'm interested in the good British manner of promoting some of those projects. Let's take a look at some of those areas of this project, right? Sitting at the core of the majority of the project's modern naval architecture is a key to ensuring projects are delivered technically to customer requirements and on budget. And perhaps on time, that would be great, right? Whilst many top NA practices, broad spectrum of design, mechanical engineering, control software, electrical engineering, and safety. Not everyone has embraced the modern approaches that has led to competitive and competence advantages. Okay, we're experienced and comfortable in consulting on individual stage of the vessel design. We also have a track record of taking single projects throughout preliminary design of the vessel, class approval, detailed design, prototype design and testing, procurement, construction, trials, and commercial launch. Perhaps they're doing everything right. I'm not entirely sure. I thought they might be able to launch more models on existing frames and from there, perhaps, but they seems like they might even be able to design boats themselves. Company themselves, they might be interested and or able to offer a number of solutions, right? I have noticed this project just because of the sales and some of the interesting engineering challenges they're looking to overcome when it comes to coming up and putting together a very interesting concept and which potentially can offer a lot of value. Let's try to understand how you're looking to overcome this particular challenge when it comes to sales development and perhaps using wind, right, as a power, and how can the wind perhaps reduce some of the expenses, perhaps shipping costs, right? If they can solve this problem, that would be great. But perhaps they can all around solutions that they can offer, not necessarily limited to that. I'm interested just in that. Let's try to cover this particular system in more detail. Perhaps how I might be able to find some information on the company's website. The challenge. The IMO has set the goal of the shipping industry ultimately arriving at the half or 50% reduction of GHG by 2050. Amplifier recently published the Tower Net Zero report to show pathway to reduce emissions to zero. I think if you're gonna use only sail, right? So they could potentially do reduce to zero, but not necessarily would I would say wind, right? Can you predict wind? Not necessarily, I would say. It identifies wind as a significant and underutilized source of energy in shipping. Uh, I guess I don't know that much about the wind, but I think that it could be not necessarily just powered by wind, but perhaps some of the engines might be required as well, just to make sure, right? The IMO flags the class all want wind to become a viable propulsion method. This is also considered a pull from forward-thinking vessels owned and chartered that are prepared to take leadership position and hence want to push for early adoption of the GHG reductions. Bar Technologies has invested significant resources over the past years to become equipped to become a key player in cutting emissions in the marine industry. That research has resulted in a patent pended. Okay. So perhaps we file paperwork, right? Because it can be very expensive, but either way. WindWings technology, extensive research by patent agents and other professionals clearly shown our solutions to be unique and powerful. Okay, so if we can reduce that, if it would work, and how effective some of those engineering solutions might be when it comes to using wind as propulsion, right? Yourself, if you are interested in learning more, I have published a course. Within the course, I'm taking a look at 12 different points, which I personally believe are very important. Some of those points haven't been taught in school, but those points are very fundamental points that everyone would need to know. I have taken my own personal time in learning those, as well as I think it will be very important for everyone to know those points, right? Out of those 12 points, let's take a look at just a few of those. That would be things like having a budget or how to structure and where to begin when developing a budget, right? Personal one, from there you can progress into managing number of budgets, but everyone would need to start with somewhere. Perhaps having, if it's not something that you have done before, a personal budget or how to structure that would be a good start, as well as setting targets, right? And many more, many more. You can find it, QR code in the corner, and company's website below. This project, it might be interesting. I don't know if it can actually solve the problem. With all what matters. It doesn't matter, in my opinion. It doesn't matter. That's not the things that really matter. If that sail attached to the boat, I guess, can actually reduce cost and emissions, that's the only thing that matters, right? Right now, it seems that they have taken some collaborative opportunities since there isn't that many companies, right? So Even themselves, they're not promoting anything on the organization's website. Perhaps they should. There's very little information there. If it works, it's all that matters, right? It seems that they're working with some of the largest logistical organizations out there, right, within South Korea, perhaps China, and they're looking to roll out small prototypes, right, and see over time, test those if they would work, if technology would make sense, progress into larger projects, and perhaps if they can develop a project that would make sense, that would offer value for the cost that would be required, great. It's more like engineering challenge, right? So if you can solve the problem using wind, how much value over time, upfront cost of the numbers would make sense? Great, right? Compare against alternatives in the market, right? Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.